be. That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in the sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contempt, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietest make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied, or the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pitch and moment with this regard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well,
my lord, I have some remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
no, not I. I never gave you aught.
My lord, you right well you did, and with words so sweet of breath that made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take these again, for rich gifts prove unkind when others seem unworthy. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, then your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commenced than with honesty?
Aye, truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now time gives it proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you did make me believe so.
You should not have believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest. But yet I could accuse me of such things that it were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool in no one else's home but his own.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give you this plague for thy dowry. Be thou chaste as ice, pure as snow, thou shalt never escape Helene. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Quickly, too.
Heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too well enough. God hath given you one face, and you jig and amble, and you nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to, I'll have no more of it. It hath made me mad. I say we shall have no more marriage, all but one shall live. Go thy ways.
A noble mind is here o'erthrown. The quarter, soldier, scholars, eye, tongue, sword,
the expectancy and the rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I, of all ladies, most dejected and wretched, that sucked the honey of his musket vows, now see the noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and feature-blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen, to see what I've seen.